Shout out to James West. I'll put a link to his channel or to this video in the description. So Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, I'm a fan. Whether you like Deadpool or not, I think, in a ocean of horrible woke DEI movies, it's about as close as we can get to something that's funny. And if you're into, Marvel or into comedy or Deadpool or any of that, I think it's good. But Blake Lively's made some good stuff over the years as well. Some people may not agree with that, but I think in my opinion, they're one of the closest things we get to American royalty in the U.S. Ryan Reynolds is obviously extremely successful. I think he's a billionaire now. My understanding is his main wealth is from a viral marketing company where they change viral videos and market a product. So good for him. Genius business idea. Anyway, now all these scandals are happening, and not necessarily related just to her. I don't think this is exactly 100% her fault. It's just what has happened in society where something that if a man would do in any context, career would be over, be canceled, be sued, probably arrested for sexual harassment, whatever. And women, for the most part, can get away with it. It doesn't matter. It's basically ignored for years. I think this footage here is from years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. But here's a quick synopsis of what the most recent scandal with Blake Lively.
Yet another Blake Lively scandal explodes, this time involving her getting way too handsy with co-star Henry Golding.
Between the nut grab and the literal product placement of her husband's cheat on this thing, it's all so ridiculous.
From emotional affairs to physical grabs, Blake stays messy. Honestly, with Ryan's own shady behavior, these two disasters absolutely deserve each other.
She just can't help herself. And to see that she's willing to do that, she'll grab him.
Let's talk about the Henry Golding situation. Because when Blake Lively isn't busy accusing men of misconduct, she's literally out here bragging, on tape, about grabbing her co-star's nuts. No, I'm not making that up. In the Simple Favor director's commentary, Blake casually, like it's no big deal, explains how she grabbed Henry Golding's nuts really hard. Real classy, right?
Wait, so am I blaming my husband for
Right, am I saying he killed her?
This
Right.
is one of my favorite additions that you came up with. I think it's nuts. And you really went for it, too.
That's always awkward. And you're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Can I grab your nuts?
So in context, guys, this movie has been out for a while. I think they might be making a second movie, but it's an interesting movie. I think it's like a murder mystery, and Blake Lively plays the bad guy. So this actor knew that this was going to happen. It was not like, blatant sexual harassment or anything. Like he knew it was going to happen, and that's why she's been bragging about it in the past. But the point is with this other scandal on her most recent movie where she was clearly trying to like ruin the guy's life, take over his IP, take over his project, and be in charge of the movie. You guys can get in that whole scandal. There's a million videos on it. The point is now that that's happened, it's given other actors and people opportunity to say, hey, this happened to me. It's kind of crazy. Because she's constantly talking about whether it was true or not about intimacy coordinators in her movie, and all this drama that she made out of nowhere, which by the way, that's one of the main problems we have in society right now is women are allowed to just make up whatever stories they want, accuse men, practically ruin their lives, and there's no recourse. Now with the Blake Lively situation on the last movie, it was so out of control and so much lying that they were able to prove it and countersue. But I mean, but you're talking about people with millions of dollars, like the average Joe. Most people who are in these situations can't do anything about it other than just try to mitigate the damage and go from there. But anyway, in this situation, again, okay for women. Any guy, even if this was in a movie, if this was even thought to happen in a movie, it would probably not happen like this. No one would brag about it. It's just this crazy double standard in society now with men and women. I think is more the major problem. I think a lot of people like this video section is a little more extreme. But again, with all the politics, with all the craziness of people just angry about everything all the time, we just have to stop all the extreme, all the lying and misconception. It's just a good example of how far things have gone, and hopefully we can take a step back and everybody calm down and try to be a little more kind and not constantly be thriving off of the constant drama. What do you guys think?